What's up and welcome to Battle Talk Episode 7, hosted by Gamebreaker Nation and me, Mike, also known as Thildren. This week we have lots of lovely World of Warcraft and Heroes of the Storm news. But first, joining me is not Zista. Hi, Rachel.
Not Zista. Thank God.
And also joining me is not Kiggles.
Hallelujah, thank God I'm not Kiggles.
Hi, Cody.
Hi.
Okay, so if you don't know them, those are Rachel, a.k.a. Sevanna, from Gamebreaker Nation. Well, she works on GameBreaker.tv, too.
Yes.
And that kind of stuff. And Cody, also known as Can't Heals, who is an
Can't
officer.
heal.
He can't heal. Worth
No,
it
he can't.
at all.
He can't. No.
But he is an...
He let me die at BlizzCon.
That was not my fault.
That was my fault.
Aha! See?
I've told you this how many times. That was my fault. I couldn't pick up the...
Not my fault.
Still
Patrolling trash
was not
pack. I couldn't pick it up quick enough. You know...
And it equals dead Shadow Priest.
Equals dead Shadow Priest. But Cody is an officer in Gamebreaker Nation, as well as myself. And, hi! What you guys up to lately?
Going through my dad's house. That's about it. Make a will, people! Make a will!
School.
There you go.
And more school.
Okay, new Blizzard advice. Make a will. Anyway. This week. Beta, as chat's saying. Beta.
Sorry, what
As I
happened?
call it, alpha/beta, because I don't consider it a beta. It's more alpha than beta.
Beta, yeah. Yes. Anyway, beta invites are going out to veteran accounts, North America and EU regions. This is only the first wave. If you got shunned and you did not get an invite yet, worry not. Wave 1. More coming. Soon. Did you guys get in?
Yes.
Wherever you are.
I got in alpha last week, and then they're like, oh, beta!
I know, it seems like alpha came out and then it's like all of a sudden, oh yeah, by the way, beta.
Yeah, it seemed pretty fast, because it was like the first wave alpha went out, and then a week later I got it, so it was like only out, 2-3 weeks maybe at the most?
Yeah.
Something like that. But, wow. Technical difficulties already.
It's because I'm not drinking enough. I'm sorry.
We're doing it live, everybody.
Doing it live.
While he does
Comes
whatever
back.
down there. It's a nice panda. You know, he got disconnected. It's not a big problem, because it is a panda.
It's a panda.
Boy.
Oh, well.
So here's the question. Do we keep going, or do I try to restart this? Because it's going to be a mess for me to try to get him back in call.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
What?
Never mind.
Don't blame
Mess
me.
averted.
I'm blaming you guys.
Mess
That's not
averted.
my fault.
Crisis averted.
Hallelujah!
Nope.
I blame Vista for this mess.
I mentioned Shaftnet and technical difficulties
Yep.
30
Okay,
seconds
I'm blaming
before
him.
we started.
Mike Jinx.
This is what happens. Anyway, first bit of beta news, and this actually came out today. No more guild leveling. It's gone. Just,
But do we still get the rewards that we already
Yes.
got? Okay.
Yes.
Well, then
They said that
I'm okay with that.
most perks are staying. The, big one that's going is cash flow. And their reason being stated, was that you create an alt character, you're leveling up, you go 5 minutes, and you have 3 to 4 random guild invites from guilds of varying levels, and then you are basically a tool for these people to level their guild quicker, so they could sell it for a large amount of money, and then the cash flow money just goes right into their pocket because they're the only one with access to the guild bank.
Yeah, that's a little
And
shady.
and also cash flow made such a little impact. Really.
It really did.
So what are you guys happy about this? Sad about this?
Neutral. I never really thought about it. It wasn't something like, oh my god, or, game breaking or anything to me anyways.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Most of the stuff that you got as perks, didn't really. I don't know. It's kind of weird because most of that stuff they could just like they're doing now is just implementing it directly into the game, and it's not really going to make much of a difference once they do that. So.
I mean, if they keep some of the things that are useful, like increased rep would be nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one thing that they need to do is, since they're taking out flying in Warlords, they need to give us back half group will summon.
Yes.
Oh god.
Half group will I used to like mass summon. It came in handy, especially.
They need to bring that back.
It was a minor quality of life thing.
Back in the classic, my husband was a warlock, and his best friend was a warlock, and it was like they were the workhorses in a 40-man raid. So
Yeah,
I remember.
imagine
all that.
being a mage, one of the few mages in a 40-man raid, and
I know.
everybody wants multiple stacks of food.
And
Standing there all day,
you didn't have the little table.
No table, so I'm just spamming and trading.
Warlocks didn't have the mass summon or anything. You had to summon everyone individually. And you needed, 3 people? You need you plus 2 other people.
Yeah, Warlock summons used to take a lot of people. Hell, it used to take 5 people to summon a Doom Guard, and I'm pretty sure that its original incarnation, one of them died.
I remember that. It was, it was quite fun, actually.
Well, it fit, it fit-ish. Anyway, beta info, real quick, for those who have it or don't have it. This is the first wave. You do not need an active subscription to get into the beta, so good. The easiest way is to see if you have access is to get a Battle.net account, or to go to your Battle.net account, and you'll see it'll be flagged for beta access.
Oh lord, my daughter just got one. Hope she didn't get access.
Oh boy. Anyway, access is being granted to people with codes from PAX East, and fan sites are giving away beta keys.
Codes. That's all I got in.
Yeah, right now.
Blizzard doesn't love me.
Wowhead and IGN are the big ones. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some in the future.
Maybe, hopefully.
Cross fingers.
Cross fingers.
Is there? Hello. Hi.
Also, if you want to copy your account, a character, and I noticed this in the alpha build, it's amazing. There's a little lovely thing on the character creation screen that says copy. Well, I don't know what it says exactly. Copy template character, copy live character, yeah, whatever. You press the button. You don't need a web browser anymore. You can do it all from the game's UI.
And you come in with the gear you have, so it's higher than what the gear you get when you start a night.
Yeah. When I was playing, I didn't get as much time in the beta as I'd like. The alpha tune they gave you had eye level 500 starting off.
Yeah.
And it just, no.
No.
Like
it was, I mean, I went with the alpha. I didn't want to transfer because I didn't want to. But doing the one dungeon I actually did with TD, and it was hard. It was really, really hard. Either it was, I think the mobs were level 100, and they put us in, and we're level 90.
Nice.
And either they were tuned really, really, really high, or it wasn't made for level 90s, but yet they were still letting us in. We get to the boss, and you're supposed to down these ads, and there was no way. I mean, I was dotting them up as a shadow. As a hunter. I was dotting them up, and my pet wasn't doing any damage whatsoever. And you're supposed to damage them before they get to the boss. No damage whatsoever.
Miss, dodge.
No, it wasn't necessarily missing. It just wasn't damaging the thing. And then she had a AOE that wasn't even in the dungeon journal, and you didn't know how to. It couldn't be interrupted. So we didn't know what we were doing, and we died, of course. So, we tried her about 3, 4, 5 times. And what's so funny is we had TD, who was a monk healer, and then I can't remember who our tank was. And then the rest were hunters.
Hunters galore. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Because we could spend... don't worry, we're going to get more from our beta experiences coming up. But, there's a couple of big issues out there right now. Our first discussion point that's in here. Current state of this beta versus previous expansion betas at their earliest state. Go.
Awful.
This awful. This is not even finished. This is like they decided, okay, alpha 1 week, okay, beta. But, and everyone, all the other expansions, alpha went for months.
Mm-hmm.
Before even, and then when you got into beta, it was pretty much the done thing. It was a done deal, except for leg or something. But
to be fair, I mean, alpha had been going on for months internally. So,
but I meant outside of that.
It's also, I've heard it mentioned that they could be, stress testing the new technology, new servers, whatever the hell, and it's just a really old, dumbed down build that they know works, basically. That they're sure works.
I don't know. When they decided to do the beta, which you go into it and you don't even feel like you're in beta. You still feel like you're in alpha because things aren't textured right. You're lagging, and when you go to like your garrison, they're like, "Oh, instance not found," and that's not beta shit. That's freaking alpha crap.
Well, that's why I'm thinking it's an older build, because the alpha, when I played in the alpha, it seemed smoother, especially Frostfire Ridge, than the other stuff. But
I've been playing more on the Alliance side because I'm going to be playing Horde live, so I don't want to wreck that whole thing for me.
This beta feels extremely undone. Compare it to, BC beta, Wrath beta, Kata,
even Mop.
Even Mop, but Mop, they had to actually have that almost done because of the annual pass.
Yeah,
if you invited everybody from annual pass into the Mop beta, and it was like the Woad beta right now, everybody would be complaining. But with this being so limited access, I think they're thinking it's okay. But with stuff not textured, flight paths still broken, all that stuff.
Phasing.
Especially
the bipolar phasing.
Yes, phasing is awful in Warlords because I'll be sitting there, killing a mob, and all of a sudden it just disappears. And I'm still hitting it, but it's not there. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to...
I'll continue. And then you get credit for killing it, but you can't pick up any loot off of it.
And then there's one quest that you do when you're on Horde side that you have to burn 3 different bodies, but they're phased and they won't load. And I had 2 to 3, and I went to go where the third one was, and I sat there for like an hour and waited for it to show up because of the phasing was so broke. I'm just like, I'm done.
Yeah, on the Alliance side, when you go to Shadow Moon, you're supposed to drop the flag, or do the flags by the tree so they can chop it. I waited around just to get my last one. I'm not kidding you, 30 to 45 minutes because the phasing was so bad.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Not to mention all the DCs.
Yes, DC, and then leg. You see everyone running around you in place, and you're like, "Oh crap, here I go."
Well, beta will be beta. I mean, it is still early. We've got plenty of time.
I still call it alpha because that's exactly what it feels like.
Okay, so we got a Twitter question here from clicking the right button here. Gotta click the right. Really? Both of you?
I'm still here.
Alright, I'm coming back. Sorry about that.
I'm still here.
No, you're not. You're a frozen image.
Oh, well. As long as you can still hear him, right?
Oh, my God. What is it with your West Coast internet tonight? Both of you.
Hey,
I don't know.
West Coast is fine.
It's Blizzard. They don't like us talking shit about their...
Well, you know what? Straight into the first Twitter question. There it is. From @GoblinGraphics. How do you feel about the change for faction capitals in Warlords of Draenor? Now, for those unfamiliar, if you've been living under a rock, recently they changed the faction hubs in Draenor from where they were originally going to be in Karabor and Bladespire Citadel to on the outskirts, north and south on the west side of the PvP zone, Ashran.
Bring on Roar PvP! Bring it on! Crush the Alliance!
As
Thoughts?
long as I don't cross that line and get flagged, I'm okay.
Well,
Whatever. Kill
Yes.
all the Alliance.
they said no mandatory PvP and stuff like that, but thing is, with the faction hub so close, I know a few people are worried that, you know, those lovely PvPers who like to screw with capital cities and things like that, they're going to have easy access right there. They can just walk in and kill guards and vendors and quest givers and things that you want to be alive when you got to turn your stuff in.
So they give God
They just want to be annoying. That's all. And you know what? I don't care. I've been there, done that. It doesn't bug me. As a veteran player as well, it's like whatever.
You know what you do to fix this?
Hmm.
So there's a quest giver in your capital city or whatever that you want to go turn in a quest, and the other faction comes in and kills that person. You know what they do? They bring up on your little quest log that little turn-in thing that comes up every once in a while. That just pops up, and that's how you turn it in. Easy fix.
Yeah, that works. Or just do everything like that. Who
That
needs...
too. Who needs quest givers?
Thought I was going to get attacked by a cat for a second. Anyway,
Attack cat.
I'm indifferent. Wherever the hub is where the hub is. I mean, the hub was Ironforge for how many years for Alliance? I played Alliance for like 8+ years, so... Hub was Ironforge, then, you know, Shatreth, Dalaran, Stormwind.
Home is where your hearth is.
Now a shrine in a zone, and so... Whatever.
I'm still pissed that Alliance gets BT and we get some fucking frozen wasteland.
Hey,
I like
gives
the
me ice
frozen
cream.
wasteland. Yeah, it
Snow.
gives snow, ice cream, volcanoes, things.
Looks cooler.
But
Plus, Alliance have gnomes, so there.
We have
We
went on
got
gnomes.
that.
goblins.
They look better.
We got blood elf females with big ass freaking hands.
speaking of which, before I get on to the next Twitter question, which I was about to introduce, we've seen some incomplete updated character model data added in for the male Draenei, male undead, and the female night elf.
Mm-hmm.
You can find those pictures. I mean,
All over.
yeah, Curse pulls this stuff out pretty good, so MMO Champions got a lot of that.
I think
They also...
Gamebreaker has it too.
Gamebreaker's got it too. We also saw... Anyway, we also saw... I've been interrupted by something I'll explain later. The human male was released recently and looks fantastic. Like, there's that one facial pose where he's just like... that raised eyebrow. I mean... Well,
There was one where it looks like he's kissing, like he has big old full lips. And he's doing a duck face.
Big lips.
He's doing a selfie.
Hello,
And
my
that-
name is
that
King
was-
Varian Rin. I'm the leader of the Alliance.
It looks ridiculous, but they do look a heck of a lot better than
Also,
they did.
I'm being directed by chat to point out that the human men now have nipples.
Yes!
Because that's what we were missing.
We're missing nipples and chest hair.
Oh, and chest hair, yeah, now they're manly. Very furry.
I just want to know, like, if his chest hair's out in the open, does it move in the breeze?
Oh, my
I don't
God.
think their technology's that fleshed out. We're still working on a engine that's 10 years old. So
Next Twitter question comes from Mr. Goofy Spartan. Who do you think the last boss is going to be in Warlords? He thinks it's going to be someone from the Burning Legion. Your thoughts?
Sargeras.
That's one.
Maybe.
A lot of
I don't
people are
have
saying
any
that.
thought. Yeah, I mean, there's many possibilities, really, depending on which way they go.
Yeah,
I mean,
You know what? I changed my mind just because she's a gnome. It's Chromie because she's the
Chromie.
one who caused all this issues with the timelines.
Chromie
She's
as
messing
a
with
gnome
time.
or Chromie as a dragon?
Chromie as a gnome because it's going to be more fitting for me to kill her. It's
They'll
all
have,
Chromie's
they'll have
fault.
to, if it is Chromie, there'll have to be a phase where she turns into a dragon. She is a dragon, after all. But, I don't think it's Chromie. I don't know. I like the idea of someone from the Burning Legion.
That'd
I
be
could-
a nice way to go, but
I would be
Oh.
not surprised if it was Kill Jaden, because technically we didn't kill him. He just got sucked back through the Sunwell. So
I did kill him when it was relevant. That was the most fucked up fight ever.
yeah,
Okay, so
It was like, go here, do that, go there, go. Yeah.
I don't know.
let's,
I mean, there's a lot of options out there right now.
Oh, yeah. There's.
well,
Depending on where they want to go.
if you think about the way the expansions are going right now, right? So you got Burning Crusade, Wrath, Kata, Mop. Then we're going back to Draenor, BC. So wouldn't the next One Piece have something to do with Wrath? We go back to Northrend
No,
and
I
face
don't.
the new Lich King. Come on!
No,
The
that
new
would.
ones go fight Volar.
A lot of people would just be like, really, Blizzard? Now we're just running.
Maybe
'Cause,
he'll
yeah.
just be a dungeon boss. Kind of like how Kael'thas was
Yeah,
in
Magister's Terrace.
Terrace.
Yeah,
We've
he
gone-
was
We've
that.
gone from the Lich King to be this almighty powerful dude at the end of an expansion to a dungeon boss.
Here's my opinion.
Hey, well, Kael'thas did it.
True.
Kael'thas is a punk.
He's a bitch.
As Star Twister just pointed out in chat, doesn't matter what happened, WAD is set before it. So the end boss could be Archimonde again for all we know.
Oh
Oh,
god.
God.
Who's
So,
fingering everybody at the World Tree?
except this time it's at the Dark Portal. It's like, no World Tree.
He's poking
my
at you
God.
through the portal.
Oh
Gonna-
god, no. Bad
All right.
memories.
Yeah. So, moving on again. Another good Twitter question here we have from Total Deletion, who was recently fired today.
Yes!
I kid. In your opinion, which faction takes the cake right now for the best starting zone in Warlords? Alright. As a Hordey, I like Frostfire Ridge. It's cool and all that, but I gotta agree that Shadow Moon Valley looks better.
Yes, Shadow Moon Valley looks a lot more. You have more of a connection to it, since, you know, being in BC and you're actually there, so you can kind of figure out where things were in BC and where they are now.
Mm-hmm.
Frost, it just seems like you're like, okay, I'm guessing it's part this and part this zone at the same time. Okay, where was things at? You don't have that relationship, that old familiar feeling kind of thing with it.
Yeah,
And,
because...
and plus, Shadow Moon's just pretty.
Yeah, Shadow Moon is pretty. I mean, Frostfire, you got... Okay, part of it was Blade's Edge Mountain, part of it was just Oblivion, and then that ocean to the south of it was Zanger Marsh. Maybe a bit of the southern Frostfire was a bit of Zanger Marsh, I don't know. And...
Yeah, exactly.
don't know,
You don't have the
because-
familiarity with it. I mean, I played more Alliance in the beta alpha because I'm going to play Horde live, so I didn't want to ruin a lot of the questing and stuff like that for myself.
You know what? That would have made sense for me to do the same, but I only had time to play the alpha when it was Horde only, so I took what I can get.
You
I
got
refuse to play Alliance, so I'll never know.
That's just like a husband to say that.
I play both. I have no shame. I go
I
both
have
ways.
pride.
Next Twitter
both
question. I'm getting looks from my wife over there like, what the hell are you talking about? Go watch us. Go tune in.
Go tune in.
Join
Shame on
the
you for
chat.
not watching.
Next Twitter, from Lactarded. Hi, Lac. How are you dealing with the loudness that is in the garrison? Hashtag, ouch my ears.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I can't hear you.
What?
Exactly.
Say that again.
What? I'm sorry, what?
What?
That.
I wish
Oh
I
my
had.
God.
I wish I could make the sawing and hammering sound effects, at
Oh,
the
it's so
appropriate
annoying.
volume right now.
You can turn off everything. Even have all the music and everything turned off, and then plus turn everything down. You still hear the same
You
shit.
still get sound. The
You're at
sounds-
1% volume. You can barely hear the game, and all of a sudden it's just deafening.
Oh,
Especially when you turn in the quest and you turn in the quest too. It's like I thought I turned
Yeah.
all this crap off
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to hear that every single time I turn in a quest, and
Again,
I don't want to hear that every time I leave my garrison.
beta is beta.
It's alpha.
Whatever. Alpha is alpha. Beta is beta. Stuff. Like I said, it's still early. I'm sure fun stuff will be... Things will be fixed and added in. So, a couple of little side notes here. There's an option in there to turn off the updated character graphics if your computer can't handle it, or you just don't like them for some insane reason. Yes, raids now have
crazy people.
Raids now have separate visual customization options, which is nice. Tanan Jungle, which I know you two have played a bit of.
I threw both on Horde and Alliance.
What do you think of it? How is it? I unfortunately didn't get a chance to dabble
It's
in it.
the same, except for the main character. One's a Draenei male and one's Thrall. I mean, other than that, it's the same exact thing. Which I was a little disappointed, because I was hoping that there would be a little bit different. There'd be something, be like, oh, okay, you get this if you go on the Alliance side, or you get this side if you go on to the Horde. You don't. It's the same exact thing.
That's a shame.
It's very scripted, but
it's fun.
Yeah, I mean...
But it is very scripted, and they need a little variation, I guess. I mean, like...
Okay, the orc shoveling the crap out of the outhouse, that's probably the best quest out of that, because every time you walk over, like, fart sounds just go off, and you're like, oh, I know where I'm at, I'm just going to walk away from you.
Another poop quest? It's about time.
Yeah,
you don't have to pick up poop. But
there's a quest there. Where where the quest that you have to go pick up the barrel or whatever, and it's got it drops the... Did you know that before you turn that in, if you walk around the entire area, it leaks the gunpowder, and you can draw designs, and when you go turn it in, they'll follow that design of wherever you went, and it'll finally go into the building.
I did not know that.
I'm going to start making designs before I turn that quest in.
That's pretty awesome. I think everybody's going to be doing that now.
I actually saw that on Twitter. I saw that picture. I can't remember who it was on Twitter. Had a picture of that, and they're like, "Oh, I think it was Noxitude, and she wrote butts."
I'm gonna start writing words and stuff, and then boom.
I think it was her. She wrote butts, and I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh god.
I didn't know what that was from. I had no clue. Of course, I was just kind of like, "Yeah, let's turn in the quest." After I logged out because the server lagged.
We're gonna come back to to Warlords in a bit. Two final notes before we move on. The heirloom tab that everybody was so excited about. Your little page where the heirlooms are. Unlikely to be in the game for the Warlords launch.
Shocker!
Sorry.
Not surprised, a little pissed.
A little upset, yeah, because it's a promise that is not going to be delivered on.
They said it at BlizzCon!
I know, it was a big deal.
And we were like, oh yeah! Even in, Cody's hangoverness.
I'm gonna say I don't care that it's not going to be in launch because I don't have heirlooms, so it makes no difference.
Even in his going like this, sitting there, he was like, "Yay!" But
it's what I can understand. Hopefully, it comes in the first major content patch because that's. I mean, how some people are crazy; they'll have 5 alts before then. But that's when a lot of alts start coming around.
Yeah, hopefully they do it. I mean, that was the biggest. That was the biggest draw at BlizzCon was the.
No.
The change of life thing.
Yes. The biggest cheer.
Everyone was like, bigger bags, yeah!
I'm gonna predict.
Heirloom tab, yeah! I mean, that was the biggest cheers.
I'm gonna predict when we're getting the heirloom tab. When we get the dance studio.
Oh,
that's when we're gonna get it.
Never that.
I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think they will do it. I just think it's gonna be a little time. I mean, granted, now that they made heirlooms go all across, and now actually account bound.
Yes, they are actually account bound. You can do cross faction and cross server. It's very nice.
Yes, but they do need that. They do need that tab, and they need a tabard tab.
Yes, a tabard tab. They said toys and stuff like that are getting their own tab.
Toys
just like the what was it? The keychain we got. And they took keys away from us, which kind of made me mad because I had some really cool keys.
It's like, oh, by the way, here, use keyring. All your keys are going to go there. Yeah. And then, oops, no more keys.
Bring back attunements.
That kind of made me sad because I worked really hard to get attuned to a lot of that crap.
I know.
Bring it back. Bring
back
attunements.
A lot of people.
People don't... people that came in, I would say maybe Wrath, maybe after Wrath, don't know. They just don't know. They have no clue.
We're attunements.
They have no clue what we went through to get the keys for that shit.
Anyway, yes, they
This
don't
is-
know, and hopefully
I've seen.
Blizzard should make them find out. Last note about WoW. If you don't have the game for some strange reason and are watching this show, the World of Warcraft Battle Chest and Mists of Pandaria X-Pack Battle Chest is everything except Mists. They're both 50% off until July 1st, 2 days from now. So
Stupid if you don't buy it.
it's worth it. Go.
Users already been asking for it. Shh.
And moving right along.
Next.
Oh
along.
God! Thank
along.
you,
Nothing to see
thank
here.
you,
Nothing to
Savannah.
see
Thank
here.
you very much. StarCraft 2 news.
What's StarCraft?
Hearthstone news. Not much this week.
Well, I was
But-
StarCraft. I have a feeling they're going to come out of left field sometime, maybe even at BlizzCon, and boom.
Yeah, if we don't hear anything about Legacy of the Void by this BlizzCon, I'm going to be very surprised.
They're going to. It's going to be like,
I expect they'll have
All
a
in your
playable
face.
build of it, I believe,
oh, they probably will.
or
Tell
something.
you what. Here's the plan.
Hmm.
You guys go search the floor. Like when the doors open on the first day, you guys search the floor for the signs. I'll go get our seats real quick, and then just
Okay, there you
call.
go. I have
So
a
you find all
feeling
the-
though. I have a feeling though, if they do have playable builds of StarCraft, I mean, granted, it is a popular game, but I have a feeling it's going to be like Diablo as last BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Depends on how Heroes does.
Well, it's because Heroes had a playable build, and everybody was like, "What is this? This is amazing." But
And they're gonna probably announce some kind of expansion for Heroes at BlizzCon, and that's gonna take its thunder.
for Heroes isn't even out yet. It's still in alpha, technically. Why would they announce the game? I doubt the game's going to be released by BlizzCon,
If it is,
let alone to
They'll announce it.
announce an X-Pack. But anyway,
They'll announce
Hearthstone
something.
news. Curse of Naxxramas to be released this coming month in July.
Ooh.
No price point in July at the moment.
Ooh.
My daughter's been playing Hearthstone on her iPad, so
Where's my-
she got
So is
the-
ours.
Where's my
Yeah,
driver?
she's been playing it. That's how she got the Blizzard, her BattleNet account. I'm like, oh god, she's 9 years old. I guess it had to happen sometime.
Yeah,
Fine.
Little
So
monster
weren't we
played
supposed-
Hearthstone.
So are we supposed to have the Droid version by the end of Q2 of this year? Isn't the end of Q2 tomorrow? Where's my Droid version?
Non-existent. Anyway.
Nope.
Last bit. We said this
Well,
last week.
yeah.
Get rank 20 or better before the season ends, which is the end of the month, and you get a rainbow card back.
Tomorrow, you have till tomorrow. to get the
Rainbow
back.
card back.
This is
Does someone
card
want my
back I'm not
account
gonna
and
get.
go and get rank 20 for me? Because it's not going to happen for me, but I want that
No.
back.
I can't.
I wonder if they're ever going to put those backs in like a cash shop.
They probably will. Oh, come on.
Because that will be the
There'll
first
be a
one.
Blizzard.
couple that you can't
It's
get,
Blizzard.
but yeah, exactly. It's Blizzard.
And plus, it's,
unneeded.
I mean, it's Hearthstone and it's a free to play, so of course they're going to put it out, right? Just win.
like it's like skins for Heroes.
Anyway,
Win.
Diablo 3 news. There is no
Diablo
Diablo 3 news this week.
Yay!
Everything we covered last week
PTR?
about the
There you
new
go.
patch, it's all on PTR. Check it out if you're curious. It'll be live soon. Now for another big thing of this week. Last couple weeks we've had very minimal Heroes of the Storm news. This week they dropped another gigantic bomb on us.
It's a bug.
It's a bug. A Zerg.
a
Zagara
bug.
is actually live and playable.
Bug
And
Swisher.
I don't know if
Sorry.
you guys have played her, but I've gotten almost a dozen games in with her, and she is quite entertaining.
Looking
But,
at her reminds me of Silithus and WoW, and I don't even want to touch that.
Anyway, she's
played
very Zerg. You know, her abilities are summon other Zerg units. She's a queen. Baneling Barrage, she sends out a bunch of Banelings that roll along and then explode. Hunter Killer, which brings out a Hunter Killer Hydralisk that will... You cast it on a target, the Hydralisk will follow this target until it kills them, or the Hydralisk dies, or a time elapses. Infested Drop drops a little thing, does damage, lets out a bunch of Roachlings, and then Nidus Network. I know, they're called
Oh,
roaches.
oh my god! I had when I was younger, apartment lived above a bar. roaches
Okay.
everywhere. Oh.
Nidus Network. You create a Nidus worm, just like in StarCraft. She can have 4 of them on the battlefield at once and can travel between them however she likes. And then Devouring Maw is her other ultimate. A little channel, and then a bunch of things come out of the ground and eat your enemies.
Does she
Sounds like,
actually...
Zerg.
Yeah, I was going to say, does she actually lane, or is she like an Alpha Third where she just stays
No,
put?
she lanes.
She's a laner.
Awesome. That's
Her
good.
passive is Creep Tumor. She puts in a Creep Tumor, generates creep. Her and her summons move faster on the creep, and they gain bonus health regeneration. And
Interesting.
And also those tumors provide vision. That's
Mm.
one thing that is not noted in there. So,
How long before she
That's
gets
good.
nerfed?
Next patch.
right now, there's only one really decent build for her that is actually, good, where she can go one-on-one and destroy people. But she's not overpowered by any stretch, I don't think. It's just
Okay.
you gotta figure out what to do against her. She's like many other heroes. Right now, I think they released her at a good spot. There's going to be some tuning coming, though. She needs a little bit of buffing here and maybe a little bit of tweaking there. So, Cody, you got the player, right?
No, I don't have gold
That would do it.
because
I don't
I'll
have
stand-
gold
I'll
anymore.
stand by it that once you hit max level, there isn't much incentive to play because you don't get gold after every
Yeah.
match. So
They need to fix that. They really need to fix that. I haven't hit max level, but
I've
you don't get
stated
any more
this
gold.
for a month and a half, maybe more now, on the other podcasts I do about heroes, that once you get max level, implement something like World of Warcraft does when you hit max level. Experience gets converted into gold.
Yep.
The conversion doesn't have to be large. It could be
No.
very tiny. It'll be exactly like influence points in League of Legends, which is pretty much what gold is.
Yep.
And you'll get a nice trickle amount. I mean, right now you got to complete daily quests, but sometimes it takes forever to complete a daily quest. I mean, look at Hearthstone.
Yeah, you get some pretty horrible teams.
Yeah.
I mean, with the pricing that they're setting for new champions, at 10,000 gold, stuff like that, you're not getting enough gold from daily quests to get
No,
those champions at a decent time.
it's going to take you forever.
Yeah, it's going to take you for the
A month or two?
cheapest champion as I break my phone. Yeah, it's going to take you a couple weeks for the cheapest champion, which is 2,000. I think a minimum of 8 days.
Yeah, I
Sounds
mean,
about
it's
right.
horrible. They need to really fix that, and they need to address it. They need to at least come out and say we're looking into it. We're looking at what we can implement to, help that out. Because I mean, once you reach your max level and all your gold's gone,
There's not much incentive to play.
what is what do you like I said, the incentive, what's incentive to play and actually go buy those except for real money, but that doesn't do any good for you because you're still at max level, still not gaining any gold.
Yeah, if you're going to spend real money, get a bundle. They are
Oh yeah,
Way good.
Totally.
some of those
Definitely.
bundles are dirt cheap for what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Another big deal this patch, some more major UI changes.
Thank God.
Smaller mini map. A lot of people are
Yes!
complaining that
Hallelujah.
they'd be clicking to go, for their character to go down and to the right, and then they
Right,
accidentally
and
click on the mini map, and their character goes the exact opposite direction.
Exactly. I hated that. That's what happened. Like I would be playing, and then Dom would be like, "Where are you going?" I'm not going anywhere. I'm clicking.
I think it's
accidentally clicked
happened.
the mini-map.
To every single player at least once. Whether they admit it or not, it has
That
happened.
happened.
So
And you're just like, "Fuck! How do I shrink?"
as
this?
soon as
You
they
can't
realize,
shrink
they're
it.
like, oh. So that's a bit smaller. There's a new score screen. It shows takedowns, deaths, and battleground objectives. It also, the tab screen, when you press tab in game, it also includes tracking for siege damage, hero damage, and healing done, as well as the team levels, and kill totals for each team, but it's bugged right now.
It'll
A little
Of
bit.
course, it's bugged.
The
It would be
wording,
Blizzard if it would be bugged.
it doesn't matter what team you're on. The left is always red. The left is always one color, and the right is always the other color. It doesn't change. It's like always enemy team and your team, whether or not it's accurate. But
Make one
also,
purple and pink.
there's a
Well,
little
it'll show-
button, show talents, and it'll show all 10 heroes in the game and their builds, their talent progression.
Does it matter to you, Mike, since you're colorblind?
moving on. Not that colorblind. I don't know why people don't
Now-
understand that.
With that score screen,
Dom's not here to say it. So
Put that grin away over there.
now
I had to
it
say
does show on the I can't remember Pirates Bay map the people who hold coins if you have vision of them and how many
Yes.
they've got. I don't agree with that. I think that they shouldn't show that. I think that should be a vision thing where you should keep track of who's got it.
Yeah, there's a couple things. I mean, if they keep making changes, they'll figure out what works eventually. But yeah, it's nice. You can see the build of every other hero in game, which is good because a
Just
lot of
nice.
times you have no idea how the hell did they do that? Where did that sudden shield come from? Where did that healing come from? Or why?
Or I want that.
Or why in Zagara's case? Why is a Mutalisk chasing me down? So I mean, things like that. And then end game. After the game is over, you have all of that data available and lots of fun stuff. So.
And you can make changes to your own.
Oh, there's a
Play
report.
around.
There's a report player function in game now too. If you don't know about it,
God.
you have to right click. It'll say, the heroes. You right click on the hero's portrait, and it'll bring up a couple things. The two bottom options are block communication and report player.
Thank God.
Yeah, that wasn't it really. I don't know if they played that up or not, but it's there.
It should have.
Sorry. Chat.
I know. Colorblind tests. Where did the numbers go?
I heard that story.
I hate you all.
Hey, don't.
Just to go,
No.
I'll explain. So, a couple of Game Breaker Nation people, Beira, Rayfei, Sarai, a few people, they came up. And just, we met up with Zista and my wife Omi. We all met in the city, New York City. We hung out in Times Square, went to dinner. While at Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner, an image was pulled up on a phone of a colorblind test, and it was, those dot tests with the numbers mixed in and whatever like that. And I'm looking at them, and I say, can you see the numbers? And I'm like, no, I cannot see the numbers. What numbers are in there? I'm like, are there even numbers in there? And everybody's cracking up laughing, and I'm like, this is kind of horrible. This isn't that funny. I can't see the goddamn numbers. And then it's revealed to me, especially when the phone... whose phone was it? It was Sarah's or Dom's? I don't know. When they took the phone back and it went on an angle, the distortion from the screen, that cleared up my colorblindness issue. They were all pictures of dicks.
There wasn't a number on it, was there?
Well played.
GG.
Wasn't a number on it.
GG, good game.
There really needed to be a video of that. But
Oh my God.
There is a video of Dom trying to attack the game, the soccer ball.
yeah. But I mentioned Game Breaker Nation. I might as well plug it. We are a multi-game community. We play pretty much everything together. We have guilds in most, if not all, major MMOs, including Rift, which there's a Twitter question about Rift coming later, even though this is a Blizzard show.
Game Breaker Nation is the slut of all games.
We got a lot. Yeah.
We get around.
We stream a whole bunch of stuff on this channel. You can find all kinds of fun stuff. We have a new WildStar guild that started up
Yes.
with WildStar. It's quite popular. And Elder Scrolls Online guild and Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft and Rift and Star Wars The Old Republic and Guild Wars 2 and Eve. People play Eve. People play League of Legends. We play everything.
People play SWTOR?
Yes, you can check us out on
We
Game
even
Breaker
play Cards
Nation.
Against Humanity every once in a while.
Yes, we do.
And that gets pretty bad.
That gets
But it's
hilarious.
funny.
You can find us on GameBreakerNation.com. You can sign up. Stuff like that. If you got any questions, there are plenty of members in chat right now who can help
If
you
you
out.
sign up, you could talk to us maybe.
Yeah, way to
You just scared off every
I just scared everyone.
potential prospect.
Yeah, we're done.
Everyone's
Good
gone
job.
now. Sorry.
Back to Heroes. Some interesting changes. Night camps got changed around a wee bit. The Sorcerer Minion no longer shields other knights while you're attacking the mercenary camp. And once you capture the camp, no more damage aura from the Sorcerer. So there's no more 10% damage, ability power, and attack speed, and all that stuff aura around it. Instead, the sorcerer will now heal nearby minions, mercenary or otherwise. So, it's alright, I think.
No more. Go for that first.
No
I don't
more
agree with it.
No more Gazlo lays down 4 turrets and is an unstoppable, rampaging killing machine.
I don't agree
There
with
it
it.
is.
Every time we go with my missionaries there, everyone yelled at me, "Go for the sorcerer first." It's like, well, duh.
You should still always go for the sorcerer first.
Yeah, they're just annoying.
It's like, go for the healer.
Mm-hmm.
Things
Go
like
for the
that.
most annoying one first.
I don't know. It's a small change. The waves still tend to push, albeit not as quickly. On their own if they're left alone. The sorcerer provides a nice amount of healing to keep that wave strong and moving along.
Yeah.
But it means that you can't group up as 5 and just become the most powerful,
Dominant force.
annihilating steamroller of death.
Heroes.
So you mean that we can't group together and just own the whole map?
You could still group together and own the whole map, it's just you will not be doing it with a sorcerer knight buff. Still sorry. So sorry. Another interesting change on Dragonshire. Dragon Knight got a little bit of love. Last major patch, he got... As they put more aggressive scaling into the late game, now his duration increases by 2 seconds for every minute of elapsed game time. So, if you're 20 minutes into the game, the Dragon Knight is going to last 1 minute and 40 seconds instead of a minute.
Oh, interesting.
So, it's been nice. I've seen it. A 25-minute Dragon Knight actually
It's
end
it's
the
nice
game.
it's nice when you have a team that knows what the hell they're doing on that map.
Yeah. And the unfortunate part, with such a small player size right now, it's gotten to the point where all players who know what they're doing don't solo queue unless they have no other choice.
Nope.
So
They group with their friends because
if
once they could get on like a Mumble or Bet or something and talk to each other and coordinate, and it's easier. I mean, we've all grouped up together on those, and it makes it 100 times easier to own a map. I mean, there was rarely times we lost, and when we lost, it was from some.
It was another.
That was a pug with us.
Or we went against another pre-made team that was better.
Yeah,
That's-
exactly.
So
And even if there was 4 of us and we had that one pug, just that one person not being with us could screw you up.
yes, it could. But nice changes, a little bit here and there. Dragon Knight got some love. Hopefully, I'm sure that's not the end of the changes, but
Oh no, they're probably gonna go through so many changes before it's
All right.
actually out there in the world.
so there were a lot of other hero changes. There were some minor bug fixes, tweaks here and there. Like Brightwing got a couple of tweaks, nerfs, some people say. But here are the major ones that I'm going to summarize real quick, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Lily got the nerf bat. They beat her right upside the back of the head with it. Her passive, she was. Her passive, now, which was you get hit and you move faster, doesn't give you as much movement speed. Her heal has a mana increase. All of her heals, their mana return that they give you does not scale anymore. The Cloud Serpent, which was pretty useless in the first place, is now more useless.
More useless. It went from useless to more useless.
Her Blind, her Wind, actually got a cooldown reduction, so that was a slight buff. And her really overpowered ultimate, the Jug of 1,000 Cups, that got... It used to be, you pop this big keg above your head and you heal everybody except yourself. Last patch, it was heal everybody, including yourself, which made it
Good.
ridiculously overpowered.
Made
Now,
it
this
awesome.
patch, it has a 20-second longer cooldown, and the healing gain per level has been reduced from 96 to 72, so 24 per level.
You know what they did? They
Which-
took her little, bug net thing that's on her back and smacked her above the head with it. They're just like,
There you go. So,
done.
by the
I
time...
think it's probably because I never felt she was overpowered because as a demon hunter, I always ran with like a tankish type and we always kicked her ass.
Right.
So I never felt she was overpowered.
Oh,
good
Lily
Lily-
got nerfed too.
See, Lily got nerfed, but she is still very good.
Yes.
A good
if you
Lily
know how to
can
play
still.
her,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, what do you guys think?
It was welcome.
Everything's going to get a buff before it comes out. So it's just kind of rolling with the waves right now. They're going to think, oh, we nerfed her too much, and now we're going to give her back this. Oh, no, that's too much. Or same with any other hero right now.
Yeah.
That's what I feel they're doing. They're testing the waters.
Lily needed the biggest nerf out of all of them, just because I've played against her a lot, and she is extremely hard to kill.
She's listed as an easy-to-play support, like an entry-level support.
Understatement.
But she was also one of the, if not the best supports. So yeah. So more changes. Lily, we'll see a buff later, or maybe more nerfs. Who knows? Tassadar got some changes. His little time bubble is gone, and it has been replaced, to the cheer of many, with Psionic Storm.
I hated playing against him.
Thank you.
I hated him.
Tassadar used to be, you can't kill him because he's got shields and he can just pop out of existence for a little bit and all that stuff, and he could slow you, and then he could turn into an Archon and, smash your face into other places. Now, he can't slow you as easily, but he can kill you a lot faster.
Yeah,
I think it's... Oh boy.
Lore-wise, the lore me says Psionic Storm was a better ability for Tassadar than the Time Warp.
I agree.
So, it makes sense to me.
But, Time Warp does the same thing as... I'm sorry, Psionic Storm does the same thing as Time Warp. It's a different visual, but it's a small, same sized AoE, but it just does damage. Anyway, talents have been rearranged to make room for this, and there are talents for Psionic Storm that, at level 1, add damage. Level 4, every enemy you hit initially gives you more mana. At level 7, for League of Legends familiars, Lux passive puts a debuff on them that when you hit it with your basic attack, it explodes for extra damage. This is gonna get nerfed, because if they stay in the little, time warp and you keep attacking them, it keeps reapplying the debuff. So you wind up doing a metric ton of damage in a very tiny amount of time. And then at level, I think it's 16, you can choose between adding the slow back to it, or being able to cast a second free one within 3 seconds of the first cast. They don't stack their damage, but you can stagger them so that it lasts for 6 seconds. So, thoughts? Did Tassadar... I mean, we already spoke about it. Tassadar has...
I don't play Tassadar, so I can't comment.
I don't play him either, but he was
I guess I'm the only Tassadar player.
You're the only one who plays him, so...
Alright, so basically, they changed his shields around so that you cannot no longer put an infinite shield on a structure, but those talents are still there. It lasts twice as long and is twice as powerful on structures, lasts forever on minions and mercenaries, the cat back there.
Kitty!
And with that Psionic Storm, that passive, he doesn't need to rely on his Archon to knock you into next week. Actually, combined with his Archon, he can kill you even faster. So I'm the only Tassadar player. Have you guys played Murky at least?
Oh, can we get to him?
No,
He's my
because
favorite
every time I play with Dom, and he's like, I'm Murky.
Murky got some mega changes.
Oh God! Oh, here comes Mr. being all pissed off because they changed Diablo. Now they're going to change his other favorite channel.
Anyway, when Murky's egg is destroyed, his current location is pinged on the minimap, and he is revealed for 10 seconds, making it easy to find. He needed it. All right.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
No.
Yes.
No.
Murky
Blizzard,
was too...
Blizzard is literally going to every single player and going, here, we don't want you to learn map awareness. We want to give you every location where Murky is. Quit being a lazy freaking Heroes player. Learn some map awareness and learn where he's at.
Unfortunately, it makes... Even knowing map awareness, it was still really friggin' hard to kill Murky.
Well, okay, killing him. So what? Who cares?
Anyway.
You know where he's at anyways when you kill his egg, because he's still pummeling your fortress.
They've...
He's still killing everything!
Killing Murky now awards 25% of normal experience that you would earn for killing another hero. So it kind of discourages the old suicide against towers strategy, because now you do that 4 times and you've just given up a actual legitimate kill. So, not very good there.
No,
and your egg...
Killing Murky's fine. It's easy.
Uh-huh.
You gotta find his egg.
His egg, however, now rewards 50% of normal experience.
Oh, nice.
So, find that egg.
Find the egg!
Hey, use
It's an Easter egg, huh?
Use the good counters that they have against Murky called, Zero Tool, Nova, the guys you can stealth.
Mm-hmm.
They're good counters that, if you're a good Heroes player, you don't need to know where, Murky's at all the time. Yeah.
The other thing is March of the Murlocs got changed. 20 seconds more
God.
on the cooldown. The slow from each Murloc is 5% less per stack. The total slow amount is 70% instead of 90%. The Murlocs move 25% slower. The casting width has been increased, but the same number of Murlocs is spawned, so technically less Murlocs, get to a single building.
Not on here to be all ranty.
This was to nerf how much damage it would do to a fort or a keep, because one well-placed March of the Murlocs with no heroes to soak up Murlocs would easily take out half to 2/3 of a keep's health.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, he's still... Oh, and Octograb had its cooldown is now 30 seconds. It's amazing. It has a 30-second cooldown, it's a 3-second stun, and it does 3 damage.
They made the one ultimate, worth something, and made the other one, garbage.
This is what I've been doing lately, and it's worked 9 out of 10 times. I'm standing there in lane, just being a Murky, sliming minions. Here comes Nova, or a Demon Hunter, or anybody who thinks, look at this Murky, easy kill, right? Throw down the pufferfish on top of me, as they're chasing, and they start attacking me. They figure, I can kill this Murky and get out of here before the pufferfish is a danger. I slime them, I envenom them, I grab them with Octograb, I'm beating them over the head with the fish, the pufferfish explodes, and they die. I have done that at least 105 times in the last 3 days, and it is amazing. And it's on a 30-second cooldown. Assassin Murky, way to go.
Assassin.
It is the way to go. I will say this tomorrow night on the other podcast, it is the way to go. And they'll disagree with me because they think
You're crazy.
Whatever.
They think I'm crazy.
Oh, well, we
Whatever.
all think you're crazy.
Anyway. Those are the major hero changes. If you want to see any more of the changes, hit up the patch notes on the Heroes of the Storm website. It's under their news section, not on the forums. Long list of changes. Good read. It's a very good read. So, now that we're done with that, we're going to go back to some Twitter questions. Most of these are WoW related because most of the people who watch this play mostly WoW. But, anyway, let's see. These are random and or unrelated. So we got another one. What? Okay.
So go!
We got another one from Goblin Graphics. With the adding of Swifty and Bajira NPC in Warlords, what race would you want your NPC to be in WoW?
Panda!
Panda? You want your NPC
Panda! Heck yeah!
Did Sev,
She's gone, man. That smoke bomb, poof, gone.
That was effective. I didn't even notice she left.
Smoke
Wow.
bomb's out of here.
Okay. Cody,
So,
spotlight
yeah,
on you. Panda.
Panda.
You said
Yep.
Panda. My turn. I don't know.
That's
Blood-
not a good. No, that's not a good enough answer.
Blood elf, dwarf,
God.
human,
So
orc.
you pick a Belf?
No, I don't know. I've never thought about this, nor do I care. I would rather... I don't want to be a dwarf because I don't want to be short. I don't want to be a gnome because I don't want to be the brunt of all the punting jokes. I don't want to be a goblin because I don't like the ears.
You're very picky.
I don't know.
Okay, back.
I didn't even notice it came back either. I didn't notice you
I'm
left.
fast!
No, I didn't notice you left, and now you're back, and I didn't notice you came back. Anyway,
What?
Sev, what NPC, what race would you want your NPC to be in WoW?
Oh my god. A Draenei female. Big old butt.
Drenai female with a big old butt. Okay.
Big old butt and the big old titties.
Big old butt and the big old titties. That is...
And they have a tail. You know, you can grab onto that shit.
And a tail. Kiggles wants to be a fairy. Now you show up, Kiggles.
Oh, God.
And hungover as shit from Pride. Oh, yeah, it was Gay Pride month, weekday thing.
Year.
Month, weekday.
I don't know what...
Year.
Is it Gay Pride all day, every day?
All day, every day.
24/7? 365?
Mm-hmm. Now, on to the more random questions. This one is from Murky McDurphy, who I believe is a spoof account of someone else in Game Breaker Nation. If you had to go on a date with a Blizzard IP character, who would it be and why?
Nova.
Arthas.
Alright, so, Cody, who'd you say?
Nova.
Nova. Sev says Arthas. Omi from the bed says Sylvanas.
That's kind of
Ooh!
gross. She's
Oh, we
dead.
can go both?
She does have boobs.
Can I go to double date?
Double date? Who's your other?
I guess it'd be a triple date.
Triple
Maybe
date?
Sylvanas and Arthas.
Sylvanas and Arthas. That would be one very ugly triple date because those two don't get along.
There'd be arguments
Very
everywhere.
interesting.
Who the hell would I go?
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
I don't know. Pre or post undeadification? Why not?
Well, even though Sylvanas is undead, she doesn't look undead. Who gives a fuck?
No.
She's dead.
No,
Jaina's a psychotic bitch who needs to die. No, total.
yeah, we got chat saying
I'm not-
Jaina.
Maybe Alex Strazek, because she has some hot outfit.
I don't know who I would. I've never, also, again, never thought of this.
Arthas. I'm sorry.
I am not going on a date with Arthas.
Arthas as
He
the
seems
Lich
needy.
King. No, Arthas as the Lich King, not as his.
He still seems needy.
Because he was
He
kind of a
still
whiny
seems
bitch
needy.
before. Or maybe Illidan. The horns.
I don't know. I really don't
I'm
know.
out of drink.
You know what? You would. I'm gonna pick someone for you because you're having issues.
I was going to say Varisa,
I-
but
Are you talking to
I
him?
am Olaf. I'm the love expert.
Okay.
go on.
So
Love expert. Who is my
Yeah.
perfect date?
Tyrande.
Tyrande. I never thought of her. I don't know. She seems kind of stuck up, but maybe it could work. Who knows? I'm getting weird looks from the bed, rolling eyes, like whatever.
Whatever.
Lady
The demon hunter. The female demon hunter for you. So there you go.
She seems angry.
You like that in bed.
No. How would you? How
I
would
don't
you
know.
even know? Anyway, next question from Ixter. That Ixter. When I can get this button to work. Probably the real name of that last question. If you had to name one thing about the internet, or trolls, that makes your skin crawl, what would it be? What would it be? Hashtag Total got a red card.
Can I just use Total as an example? Total.
The reason we're ragging on him bad is because the other day we all got an email. Mandatory World of Warcraft officer meeting. This is mandatory. If you do not show up, I need a very good reason. There was the largest attendance in history of World of Warcraft meetings, and he didn't show up.
He was.
In all fairness, he was sick. He was not feeling good. You know, we wish him speedy
Shenanigans.
recovery and all that BS, but
Sickness is not an excuse.
Anyways.
we still found it funny.
Internet trolls that make
And
us
we
skin
love
crawl.
screwing with him.
Well, I think I've only had one experience with like a troll guy, I guess. Somehow he found out I was a mom and continued berating me and whisper telling me I was a horrible mom. And that I should pay more attention to my daughter and all this kind of stuff. And he was in my guild.
Hey, you know what you do when you have kids? You make them play your accounts.
My
While you're
daughter
doing
does
that.
sometimes.
That's how you make gold.
Actually, I remember you telling me about that, and that is one of the prime examples of the things that piss me off on the internet. Shit like that.
Yeah, I mean,
God.
it was in my own guild, and I usually am pretty, thick-skinned about stuff. But when you start bringing in someone else's children, You're gonna see Mom Bear come out, and he liked it, and he got kicked real fast.
Yeah, see, trolling's one thing, all in good fun, yeah, but then there's those idiots that take it too far, and that's when, yeah.
Just toxic players in general are just...
I agree. Toxic
I mean,
players in general, people who take it way too seriously and forget that it's a game.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then go on to berate you because,
Yes,
either because
yes.
you made a single mistake and they go on for an hour about it, or because their
I
shortcomings...
don't go on for an hour. I may go on for, 30 seconds.
I've seen
Not
him
you.
play Caller. I've seen him play Caller of Duty.
Caller of Duty. No, what I mean is or people who are themselves screwing up, but they can't accept it and they decide to blame everybody else for their shortcomings.
I don't make mistakes. I am perfect.
Anyway,
Would you
next-
like? Is that your final answer?
Yes.
next Twitter question, again from Mixter. Since Rift is such the... Blah, 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 blah. This question, are you excited...
Drunk, you or me?
Are you stop it, I'm trying to talk here. Are you excited about the next expansion, Nightmare Tide?
What's Rift? Next question.
I have to admit, I wish I could get back into Rift, but right now I'm so far behind that it just feels like I'm playing catch up. Kind of like when I quit during Cataclysm. Even now, I still feel like I'm playing catch up in WoW. But Rift is a great game. I'm not going to say it's not, because it is. I mean, they did everything right, and I don't know. It's a good game. I mean, it's not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like the WoW killer, because it's not going to kill WoW. Nothing's going to kill WoW unless Blizzard wants to kill it.
Yeah, the WoW killer is when Blizzard decides to say, yep, we're done.
Yeah, there is no WoW killer. People, listen. There is no WoW killer.
It's
There will be WoW competitors, hopefully, in the future, but there is currently no
There will
WoW
be people.
killer.
There will be other MMOs that might take a couple, 100,000 away from WoW, but nothing's going to kill WoW until Blizzard decides to chop off its head.
Yeah, exactly. So, next question, which we have impatient people in chat wanting me to get to, even though it's only been on my Twitter for a couple of minutes, is from the person who is not here hosting, instead was having a fun night drinking, not here.
I had a fun night drinking.
Mr. Kiggles states, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
1.
1, 2,
2,
3.
Crunch.
Right.
There was a scientific thing done about this somewhere. I wish I could find it and quote it to you.
Yeah, it depends on, because every lollipop is a different size. Go for it, because I know I'm thinking it already.
Somebody's drunk.
But each one is a different size, so each one's going to take a different amount of time to get to the center of that Tootsie Pop.
Anyway, is there anything else Blizzard related before I get to the next and final question?
People quit bitching about being in beta. You bitch that you weren't, and you get in, and then you still bitch. Stop it.
You heard it from Sev, worded very strongly and loudly. Stop bitching.
Stop your bitching, you bitches.
Okay, and the so-called veterans of, Warcraft, you'll eventually get in.
You'll get in. People, quit whining, quit crying, quit filling my
patient.
You're not
tweets with like, oh,
You're not entitled to anything.
Be patient, really? Why do you care? It's just going to make you bored of the game faster.
And then you're gonna bitch about it not being finished. Well, hello, it's a fucking alpha beta.
Oh,
Of course, it's not finished.
Okay, so we have 2 more Twitter questions, and then we're done.
Yay! No! Wait a minute.
First one is, what's your favorite thing about Kiggles, and why?
Who's Kiggles and why?
I'm going to even start the outro music with this one.
Favorite thing about Kiggles?
Who's Kiggles?
Good question.
He's a lovely, lovely man.
I don't know who Kiggles is.
I was waiting for you to say lovely, lovely lady, but...
I love him.
Because alliteration, LLL, but... my brain likes alliteration. The final question, also from Kiggles.
What kind of... I wear white cotton panties.
What kind of underwear do you wear? Okay, we got white cotton panties.
I don't wear any because I don't wear pants.
He was in the army, he's going commando.
He's going commando. You don't go commando, it's someone else's fatigues.
I like boxers, they're comfy.
Boxer briefs or just regular boxers?
Just regular boxers. And that's our show, ending on a completely off-topic question. You can find us all on GameBreakerNation.com. We are members of their various guilds. There's probably some event going on. If you're in chat right now, talk to Star Twister. I'm not sure if he's running an event tonight, but he'd like to start doing them as post-show events.
There's always something.
All are welcome, and there's always something going on anyway. So
there is. Hop in Mumble.
Yeah, find our Mumble. I don't know it off the top of my head.
I don't know it either, but you know, there's always people in there asking what the hell they're doing, and if you play that game, chances are they will invite you back.
Chat has Mumble. Ask chat.
Chat, let's Mumble. Ixter, go for it.
Guest hosting tonight with
I know
me
you're on it.
have been the guy paying attention to his cat, Cody, aka that guy.
Because his cat is cute.
He's an asshole.
You can follow him
not.
on Twitter @Can'tHeals. He can't heal.
He can't
Nope.
heal. He let me die in Blizzard at
Yep,
BlizzCon.
all your fault. Nope. We
Also-
settled that tonight.
We did. It was my
I
fault.
feel like giving you shit.
Rachel, aka Sevanna. You follow her there at Sevanna17. Stuff.
Stuff. I
Yeah.
do all sorts of crap.
Me,
Are we starting that?
Mike, also known as Philodrin. You can follow me there on Twitter. The other way.
It's Phil. It's Phil.
It's not Phil. No matter what Shaftnet says, don't listen to him. He's a filthy, dirty liar.
It's Philodern.
Yeah. Oh wait, I have to do the plug that Zista usually does. You can find myself, him, and various others on the As Seen on TV podcast. Follow us on Twitter, ASOTV Podcast. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, Gmail, Google+, all that stuff, same address. And you can find me tomorrow night.
Doctor Who coming soon.
Yeah. You can... Doctor Who coming
Shut
soon.
up.
You can find me every Monday night at 8 p.m. on the Heroes Live podcast, twitch.tv/Heroes Live. We cover nothing but Heroes of the Storm.
I wish nothing but angels upon you, Can't Heals.
Wavebot. This was supposed to be a better transition, but it took slow. Lots of time.
Look, they're gone.
Oh dear Jesus.
And my rum and coke's gone. Why is the rum gotta be gone?
The rum's gone because you drank it all. Good night, everybody.
Right.